public representative does not have an easy life. Starting from fighting an election. If you remember the general elections, either for 2009 or 2014 or 2019, were held during peak summer in the country. So, you fight an election. It involves, you going ahead and meeting a large amount of population. On an average, a parliamentary constituency has, I think about 15 lakh voters. To be able to connect with that voter, is itself, a huge challenge. But some of the other challenges actually begin after you get elected. Now, for example, I work in an organization, and when I joined that organization, I was provided with a clear-cut mandate of what my role is going to be. When a member of parliament gets elected to parliament, or when a member of legislative assembly gets elected, it's not as if they're given a rule book to say, these are your roles and responsibilities. The constitution says that parliament is going to do 4 things, make laws, pass budget, represent people, and, keep a check on the government. But that's an element of the constitution. The expectations of the people who elect the representative are much higher. They want their elected representative not only to solve their day-to-day problems. They're not getting electricity, or they're not getting roads in front of their house, or their kids are not getting admitted into a school. And the member of parliament then has to balance that with their constitutional responsibilities. So the expectation of the people who elected a member of parliament and the responsibility cast by the constitution onto a member of parliament are one big challenge. The second part is when you get elected to parliament, you might have a degree in a particular subject. I think more than 80% of our members of parliament have an undergraduate degree. A good 12 to 13 to 15% of members of parliament have a postgraduate degree. But just because you have a degree in a particular subject does not mean that parliament will only discuss that subject. So, for example, you could have a degree in English honors, and parliament is debating a complex financial issue. Or you have a degree in engineering, and parliament is discussing the strategic affairs or a relationship and foreign affairs and trade with another country. So members of parliament have to be experts in almost every subject that is getting debated in parliament. Now that is not humanly possible, because there is a limit to what you have learned, and there is a limit on what you can absorb quickly to participate in a technical debate that happens on the floor of the House. And the responsibility is even greater, because what you decide in parliament will then impact the life of every citizen in this country. So the other challenge is this informational gap, or this expert knowledge that they require. And our parliament tries to, to a certain extent, fill that gap by providing them with a library and with a research service. But it is the responsibility of citizens like you and me also to regularly engage with our members of parliament and talk to them about issues that we feel passionately about, and provide them with information on those issues.